blow up in the next 20 minutes, so that would make a better video, but so far it hasn't. Howdy, welcome back to Addicted Motors YouTube channel. My name is Troy, and you join me back in the new 04 Land Rover Disco 2, and we're on the inaugural journey. No, but seriously, if you're new to the channel, thank you for watching. Check back to my old video where I acquired a sight unseen auction special Land Rover Discovery 2 that I bought, again, sight unseen from El Paso, Texas, shipped to Richmond, and I decided to adopt it. That video, I think, is doing fairly well. There's a lot of commentary and opinions in the comments about the state of these trucks in general, and my, light comparison to the Land Rover Discovery 2 and the new Ineos Grenadier, because my take was I think they're quite similar in a lot of regards, and obviously there's some major differences, but the price comparison of this $3,000 Disco and that $90,000 Ineos is something that really can't be ignored. Make that kind of comparison. So, what are we doing today? Well, I'm headed up to our cabin with the Rover group to clear some trails and get things ready for the Rovers at Wintergreen event. This is the first time I've driven this truck on the highway, and I kind of want to talk about what I do when I take a truck on or any vehicle on a first journey, and what kind of goes into that. And then we'll get to the cabin, we'll clear some trails, and we'll see if we make it back, because, like I said, this is the first time I've driven this truck on the highway. And for those in the comments that said Discos don't go 80, well, this is 4.6. I was at the cruise set at 79, and we're absolutely rolling down the highway. The Ultra Gauge is showing 194 on the temp, running about 2,800 RPM in fourth gear, and so far we're absolutely planted, rock solid, alignment's good, we're just making good progress. It's like a normal vehicle. So a couple things, again, that I kind of want to touch on, if you're interested in such topics, is, I have an 08 supercharged L322. As I get more modern Rovers, I'm also more interested in what older Rovers can fill that void in case something happens, God forbid, to the investment that I put into my L322. And, it's a case-by-case basis. Every truck's different. You're buying the owner, you're not buying the model, let's say. I mean, a similarly equipped, similarly performing D1 could probably fit this function as well, but this particular D2 is extremely well sorted for the price. I mean, I'll drop a couple pictures of what the frame and underside looks like. It's completely rust-free. It drives nice. It has an alignment. When I got it, all the tires were set at 35 PSI. So again, this was someone's truck. Someone took care of this thing. Somebody lived with it and put the effort and the money into it to let it maintain a certain degree of usability. And I felt that and sensed that as soon as I got in it. And this thing could blow up in the next 20 minutes, so that would make a better video, but so far it hasn't. So enough on this particular truck. We're going to take it to the cabin, and we're going to test out the off-road four-wheel drive functions, and then we'll do some trail stuff. But in preparation for this journey, I did put it on the lift. I checked wheel bearings. I lubed up the drive shaft components. Everything under there looked awesome. I added a little bit of fluid to the transfer case. It's got a slight weep. Obviously, check all the fluids. I'm running, because this is an OBD2 truck, I'm running the Ultra Gauge. I'm monitoring my temperatures, making sure I'm not getting above 220 or something like that. We're at the highway, 70 miles an hour at 195, 197. It's, I don't know, 65 degrees out, so that's fine. We're going to hit, large percent grade hills that are also miles long. So we're going to monitor our temps going up those hills as well, because I need this truck to be solid for my wife to use. And that's really about it. I'm listening to the drivetrain, I'm listening to the transfer case, the diffs at different speeds, making sure there's no pinion angle issues, just little things that most people aren't thinking about. I kind of want to get those checks understood and figured out prior to kind of handing this thing off. It's not going to be your daily, but these are things I like to check. Can I put a whole full tank of gas in it without it spilling out the neck? You know, those type of little things to ensure that, you know, the usability is there. So far so good. No major incidents to report. This rear, the top glass frame is slightly bent, so I'm getting a little bit of wind noise there. I'm going to try to bend that back. Other things that I've noticed, again, after the first tertiary glance, the brake fluid reservoir has no electrical connection to it, so that was spliced and probably wired together, so I don't have a monitor on my brake fluid, but there's no rust, so I'm not too worried about losing it. You know, obviously the paint's gone. I was able to get most of the dust out of the interior. And I haven't really found a whole lot of other things that require immediate attention. I need to readjust the ARB bumper. It's gonna need probably rotors and pads all around. They're pretty much wasted. They're not warped or anything like that, but this truck has a tow hitch, so someone might have towed with it. But that's it as far as to-dos. The interior is fine. Like I said, it's kind of boring in the sense that I don't have to do that much right now. So we're going to be hitting these long climbing grades, and that's where we're going to monitor these temps. Like I said, it's holding. I don't think anything's going to happen. But I have driven cars where after a certain amount of load, the viscous fan doesn't keep up and you get into a slight overheating situation. So I just want to see how the temp behaves, and you can see it's already kind of going up. I'm in cruise control too, so you know, that's a scenario. Maybe I should turn the AC on, that your temps will start climbing. And look, yeah, it's climbing. The D2s run hotter than the D1. I think I should expect to see upwards of 210, 215 maybe. This is the less, the least amount of grade we're going to hit. But once we get to the steeper sections, we'll check back. But you know, this is what I do. It's the little luxuries, right? I'm not getting any jarring solid axle steering hop. I'm literally just going down and it's tracking completely straight. I can drive with one hand at 75 miles an hour. I know this sounds silly to talk about, but it's just incredibly relaxing. And using cruise control to utilize a Rover that has these functionality. Now, everyone else in the comments is going to bash me. These are things that every car should be able to function and perform, but that's not always the case. All right, as is tradition, I've got the cruise control again set at like 79, and we are going to go up Afton Mountain, which is, it's probably 4 miles straight up, and monitor these temps and see how she does. Like I said, this is the best torture test that I have, or how vehicles kind of handle the strains of a grade. So here we go. The temperature's going to climb a little bit, but we'll see where we end up. And we're going, man. Now I've driven a few 4.6 powered Rovers. In comparison to other vehicles, there's no discernible power there, right? If compared to a 5.3 or something like that. But when people talk about how good the 4.6 is from a power standpoint, I think that comes from in comparison to other Rover engines, and that's where it shines on a climb like this, because at a 3.9 or a 4-liter, I'd be in third gear, kind of starting to scream a little bit, but I'm at 70, and I've had to slow down and speed up, hold in fourth gear, and just powering up the mountain. I haven't had a downshift at all. Temps around 203, so you know, she's moving, but again, D2's running a little bit hotter. The truck does not feel strained at all, and we're just scooting up the mountain like normal traffic. I'm not even having to use a Land Rover or Range Rover comparison. So that is extremely ideal. I don't have to think about this unless something goes poof in the next 5 minutes. And here we go. I'm actually making a pass, which is something I don't really even do in the supercharged. So we're doing very well. Yeah, making top gear passes on Afton Mountain at 75 miles an hour. I'm very impressed. Never broke 203. I haven't even had a downshift. So we passed that test for sure. Flying colors. I didn't make it too far. I got distracted. I've got Johnny Cash, I've got Dolly Parton CDs, and a new vacuum for 40 bucks. So, you know, beautiful Saturday morning. All right, so the Jeep D2 made it here. No real issues, man. That 4.6 really just moves this thing along nicely. So the goal of today is really kind of make this event ready for public consumption for the most part, right? There's could potentially be a lot of people here for the event, and we're going to try to clear things out, just make it a little more presentable and usable for trail driving purposes. So we're going to get up there, test out this four-wheel drive, and yeah, let's do it. Now, I'm familiar with D2s and how they operate and all that fun stuff. Man, that e-brake even works nicely. So I'm going to try to get it into low range. Oh, I'm in drive. So I am in, but there's no beeps or bongs, and I don't have anything on the dash, so I'm sure there's a reason, something that needs to be addressed in the D2 for why that doesn't bing, bop, or bong. We'll figure that out later. But I'm interested to see if the traction management or the any of those tools work. Oh, there it is, center diff locked, finally. Okay, so I got the diff locked. Nice. It was a very smooth engagement. I'm not sure what the extra beeps are for, but. 04 stuff. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess here. We've got a little bit of work to do today. So we're gonna turn around. I kind of pulled into this little tight spot to see how the traction is, and watch, I'm gonna end up getting myself stuck. Just kind of the fun of this whole thing. Or nail a tree. I can't help myself. This is not supposed to be a trail truck, but you know, it has to be trail tested, right? All right. But I can hear the traction control kind of kicking on and working, so that's good. I kind of just want to confirm that before we go up the rest of the hill. All right, so we made it. So the goal today, we're firing up the old D1 trail truck, make sure that's good to go. I got some stuff to offload in the cabin. We're gonna clean things up a little bit. And yeah, I really just wanna make sure this thing runs and it's usable as my cabin trail truck. But as far as the D2, man, passed the test with flying colors. No issues really. I'm gonna check my fluids, but we're gonna go pick up the rest of the crew in a little bit. So I'll just get things kind of kicked off here, then we'll head on to the next level. Success. We got the water running, got my air tank. I'm gonna blow the rat turds out of this thing from sitting for 6 months. And got all the weapons. I'm excited, we're gonna have a good day. All right, the sun's coming out. We're at the top of, I guess, Wintergreen Mountain on the Blue Ridge Parkway, waiting for the group of rovers to meet us. Then we're gonna head to the cabin and start doing a little bit of work. And I don't know what my consumption has been completely, but we've used about a quarter tank of fuel, 24-gallon tank. We've done 116 miles. I've also just been kind of idling, waiting for things to kind of kick off as well. So, not terrible in the consumption. So we got a perfect group. We've got a D2, an LR3, a G4 Freelander, a new Defender, and I think that's it. I think we've got Edwin coming in his P38. So we'll be able to test every type of vehicle on these trails, and I think it'll be a good time. I said, you guys didn't tell me you were bringing a celebrity with you. We are rovering at the cabin. A little more of a bump. A little bumpy poo. It's going. All right. There's got the right idea. Team Freelander. See ya. Alright, we're gonna go try out the new Death Hill that we just made. This truck has
seatbelts on,
questionable brakes. Probably should have mentioned that. I guess you don't really need them. Make sure you got them all pumped up.
That's right.
Make sure you got the dash put back together.
Had to cut out the clock spring.
All new. This is like a super highway. Straight Camille Trophy. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
Oh yeah. This truck doesn't even have a check engine light. 240,000 miles.
Here, I'll give him a chance to.
You guys good? All right. Here we go. Oh yeah. This is nice.
This is perfect.
This is perfect. This will be a good time.
Yeah, this is nice.
Yeah,
So
see?
you get flat out here, no mudding down here. This
Yeah.
is perfect.
I didn't even.
All right, now we gotta go up.
Yeah. We can try. All right. So that was fun. This is going to be a usable obstacle.
Yep.
I don't know about up yet, but it'll happen. It'll happen eventually. So that was a quick, long, quick day. We just built a complete super highway, cleared out the rest of the Rover Woods trails, which will be able to be driven for the Rovers at Wintergreen event. We've tested out the new D2. The D1 trail truck is a monster. Conquered some stuff that I didn't film, unfortunately, but that thing just absolutely digs. Working on Edwin's truck to get him back. Let's take a walk through the cabin, make sure we're doing good there. It's been almost a year since we've really given it a look-see. All right, so everything is good in here. We didn't blow any water lines this year. I had to verify it all. Water is working. Cut that off. Sure it doesn't freeze. Yeah, so we got everything prepped and ready so I can get this place ready to go for renters after the Rover event. But for the Rover event, we're all gonna be hanging out. So 2 bedrooms, all wood. I mean, who wouldn't want to stay here? This is cabiny, man. Great views, close Devil's Backbone, trails. Don't hate it. Going in, one last trail. Just remember, that's deeper than it used to be.
Yeah?
Oh, I thought you were going here.
You think I can make it out of there?
I don't know, man. It's pretty deep. Again, it's not steep on camera, but that's a steep. Passenger tires are gonna go off the cliff. Yep. That was just your D-rings. playing on the course. All right, so that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I had to get back and do some things, as you can probably see. We'll catch you in the next one. Please like and subscribe, and check out the cabin on Airbnb. I'll link it in this video if you guys want to ride some trails, stay along the Blue Ridge, and enjoy the nice summer activity season. So yeah. Also, one more thing. Big shout out to the Rover trail cleaning crew that assisted with the cabin maintenance. Again, huge help. Again, we will be up there for the Winter Green event at the cabin, running some trails, maybe doing some training, doing some other things. So if you're local, I'll catch you up there.